This girl is lying naked on the copier. Instantaneous time. Machine prints out a photo. She was frightened to discover her back birthmark. Surprisingly, it perfectly matches the club's art photos. Flip through other pictures, using black and white to create a mask-style painting of hair, navel and chest. Clearly, it is a part of the human body. The girl hurriedly ran into the bathroom, facing the mirror. Just as she was planning to take off her clothes, she found out that she was wearing her clothes backwards. Dressing up is the most important thing for girls, so she can never wear it backwards herself. Did someone dress themselves up again? It all starts a few days ago, as a girl who excels in both academic and moral character, Xiaohua, due to their poor family background, in order to win a scholarship. So she participated in the art club performance of the school's shareholders. End of performance. The president invites all members to the party tonight. Xiaohua refused for the scholarship. But I'm also a bit timid, so he pulled the small bones together. Xiaogu is Xiaohua's alumnus, simultaneously operating a printing shop, occasionally plagiarize Xiaohua's paper. Tomorrow Xiaohua will have a scholarship interview, so the two of them discussed. The senior student who went home at 8 p.m. to print the documents happened to hear the two of them talking. He advised Xiaohua not to go, to focus on academic studies. After speaking, he left. For scholarships, Xiaohua still decided to attend the party. Just like this, an invisible black hand is slowly approaching her. The next morning, with a hint of alcohol, Xiaohua wakes up from the bed. For what happened last night, I don't remember at all. Immediately after, he rushed to the scholarship interview with great enthusiasm. Fortunately, I wasn't late for the interview. The interviewer releases a photo, makes Xiaohua completely startle her chin. That's right, it's a photo of her drinking heavily, and the photos are posted on the website established by Xiaohua. At this point, the interviewer believed that the small flowers were parallel and inappropriate. That's it, the scholarship is ruined. Misfortune never comes singly. The little flower who returned home was scolded by her father. Original. Xiaohua only returned home at 2 a.m. last night, and still being sent home by a strange man. The little flower who learned the news immediately felt that the sky had fallen. He came to the printing shop to inquire about Xiaogu, but it turned out that Xiaogu left himself, and went home alone last night. Although Xiaohua was very angry after listening, but he wants to know who took the photo more. After practical analysis, the photo was taken by the rear camera of the phone, and Xiaohua's selfie only uses a front-facing camera, so this must be done by others. To investigate the truth behind the photos, Xiaohua began to investigate the circle of friends of club members one by one. Finally, a suspect was identified. Senior Tucker was at the party last night. Everyone played a game. Randomly name anyone and drink a glass of wine. The initiator of the game is Tucker. The one who gave Xiaohua wine was also Tucker. What medication is Tucker putting into his shirt pocket in the video? Is it an overpowering drug? More suspicious is, he was still alone in the kitchen for an hour. Is it really him? The truth seems to have gradually surfaced. Xiaohua brought evidence to the club to confront Tucker in person. Two people arguing endlessly. President's testimony. Decided to take everyone home to check the surveillance footage together. Monitoring. Tucker sat on the ground in pain. Take out the pills. Took a piece. Originally, Tucker had a mental illness, and the key is tranquilizers. Everyone found out that Tucker was wrongly blamed, so they all left one after another. Florid. Continue to view monitoring. At this moment, he made a new discovery. The girl fell asleep on the sofa after getting drunk, sent online by a friend for a ride at 12 o'clock. I didn't get home until 2 o'clock in the morning, but the journey home is only 1 hour at most. So where did the extra hour go in the middle? Xiaohua hurriedly came to the ride-hailing company to retrieve the driving route for that night. At first everything was normal, but halfway through it inexplicably stopped for a full hour. The staff also noticed something was wrong, so I called the driver from last night and asked if he was an old man. He explained that last night the car had a flat tire on the road, changing the tire alone, so there was a delay of 1 hour. Immediately after, the driver opened the trunk and showed Xiaohua the replaced tire, but Xiaohua still vaguely felt something was wrong. So she called Xiaogu, come together to the location where the driver had a flat tire. Where are we looking for clues? Xiaohua discovers a wet sculpture. Actually, I didn't find anything. Returning to the dormitory, Xiaohua flipped through the social circle of members. I found that the photo of the president in his friend circle last night also had that sculpture. And there are also a few photos of the starry sky. These photos are used as background plates for artistic performances. But Xiaogu told Xiaohua, it rained all night. Xiaohua's face was immediately filled with confusion. Immediately after, she flipped through the president's previous photos. The more Xiaohua looks, the more she feels wrong. So we exposed the photos in black and white. He found that these photos are all parts of the human body: hair, chest, navel. Looking at last night's starry sky map again, it matched perfectly with the birthmark on his back. Is it a photo taken by the president buying a ride-hailing driver on the internet? The photos below are to verify the hypothesis. Xiaohua has decided to set up a bureau. Xiaohua requests help. President Xiaogu goes to the printing shop to print materials, and have the president log into the email address, so Xiaohua can check the president's action plan last night through the internet. Everything goes according to plan. When the president logs onto the email, This is the president's phone sending a security warning. Urgent situation. Xiaohua pulls down the switch. In the dark, the president is very calm, and said a strange thing to Xiaogu. Just help us, just help us. Slow down. Number 4. Line. Dreaming on my side. I feel like letting go is particularly beneficial to me. Just put it in the field bag. You came a little, after the president leaves. Xiaohua interrogates Xiaogu. What exactly is the fish in the drawer? And threatened her with plagiarism from her paper. Little bones can't help it. Can only open drawers. Inside is a hard drive. Xiaohua opens the hard drive. Found out that it was all about the privacy of schoolgirls inside, including one's own. Only then did the little flower realize that. Originally, Xiaogu has always been an accomplice of the president. He used the gap between alumni printing materials and networking, stealing the privacy of girls, to seek exorbitant profits. Xiaohua is very sad. He picked up the hard drive and returned home. Turn on the computer. The president's email has been logged into Xiaohua's own computer to view the path. I found out that the president was indeed at the location of the incident last night. At this moment, Xiaohua is heartbroken, recalling the past president, a kind and righteous person. Unexpectedly, it was a wolf in sheep's clothing. The next day, Xiaohua came to the police station with evidence to report the president. However, the director is afraid of the wealth and status of the president's family, instead threatening Xiaohua with the crime of infringing on others' privacy. Let him make a video and publicly apologize. Father wants Xiaohua to finish college, publicly kneel down to apologize to the president. The wealth gap forces Xiaohua to compromise. The video will be released soon. Network. The discouraged little flower returned home. Suddenly there was a knock on the door. Originally, it was a member who had the same experience as Xiaohua. Among them is Senior Tucker. They saw Xiaohua through the video. Seeing Xiaohua's fearless behavior towards power, decided to support Xiaohua and stand up together. To declare the truth to the public, they first designed, get the phone of the ride-hailing driver that night. Found substantial evidence inside. This way, we won't mistreat good people. No one dares to uphold justice, so oneself is justice. Subsequently, how many people came to the rooftop, using a printer to make extensive copies of one's experiences and evidence, scatter to society. Xiaohua's strong and brave belief infected more and more victims. He's like a beam of light shining into a dark corner. Give them the courage to stand up. President Xiaohua is locked in his room, and dare not go out. Finally, he was punished as he deserved.